Hello, hello, hello. It's me, 09. And here is Mr. Foxo. He is my boss, Mr. Fox. Okay. So, today will be last episode of GARO Sentinel of the East. Episode number 8. Sand Sentinel. They really did well with titles having something with sand. He didn't kill that tired some, but yeah. So, as it is finale, how do I want to make review of this show in this episode or separate one? Maybe I will do in separate one because I need to, I think, collect my thoughts still. This is fresh in my mind still. So we finally found out who was in this picture. It was Ryan. Sorry, I didn't recognize her that well. I'm not good with faces, let would say. And Ryan's face isn't like, I think her hair and her outfit may give me most of it. Look, but yeah, this is Ryan as Sentinel, basically. She has funny dragon tail in the back. It's well, I think it's fine outfit. Doesn't really look like Ryuma did. Ryuma kinda look more traditional in terms of Sentinel. No, Sentinel in terms of Makai Priest. Sentinels, I think this looks more like one, because Sentinels tend to wear white and some have some ornamented, very odd-looking outfits. Cairo. The title is generally it's higher ranking Michael Priest that is controlling the region. But yeah. How review of the episode. Overall, I like the ending. I like the culmination of the story and stuff. I don't really like episode by itself though. I think the pacing of the fight was done poorly. We have breaking of steels, and we have after first two seals get destroyed by Garza's army, Rector goes there to kinda buy more time by fighting. He has good moment where he reveals that what happened to his hand, it's truly petrified, and he struggles a lot, but he kinda keeps them at bay. Garza shows up and Rector has a problem. And then Ryuga shows up, and this is where the things I have problem kinda start. Until now it's fine. Not even fine. I think it's even great. It fits. Rector has his moment where he declares that he will win. He will survive this. He won't just throw his life away. But and yeah, Ryuga catches him before he falls, and Ryuga has a fight with Garzas, and problem with Garzas is that in the episode there is a lot of moments where characters fight Garzas and don't do anything, and they fail, and it's like it doesn't feel like it feels disjointed for me. Like Garzas just tries to go to the gate and he stops for few moments to fight Ryuga. He knocks down Ryuga. He doesn't try to finish him off, even though Ryuga still is a threat to him, or annoyance at least, and he doesn't, even though any normal horror would try to finish him off. I guess he's pressed by Rian becoming Sentinel, but like he would had much more fast. It would gone much faster for him if he would finish Ryuga a moment when he kinda used the sand pillar to knock him out. There is also presented that Ryuga is weakened by fighting, so he at start cannot summon armor for that long. He needs to have like his I don't know if it's flashback of Rian saying something or Rian did say something and it catch and Ryuga heard it, and he stands up and he fights for longer in armor. He struggles, he almost loses, but then the Revenant armor shows up to help, and they fight together for a while, but quickly then Ryuga loses it, and loses either way because Revenant armor cannot catch up. My problem with this, and before this is another fight Ryuga has, the Garzas fights with Makai Priest Company. Eremina shows up to do something, but the great problem with this fight generally is that Garzas just they don't really do anything to Garzas, then they don't weaken him, they don't hurt him, they don't wound him. Garzas for entire while when he fights, you can see in his movements, his sword movements, that he is in the control, and this makes Ryuga feel weak a lot when he shouldn't be. Also, Ryuga doesn't use darkness mode to even though he could, I don't know, try to fly, because darkness mode gives him ability to fly. He conquered his darkness and all, but it's not even that series doesn't remember Darkness Mode, because in R2 the still Ryuga uses Darkness Armor before this one guy to show him that he can learn this special skill, which to be fair to me still is kinda bullshit. Shit skill and all. I see, I just don't think Garo needs like finisher like that. Garo can finish all. Garo was fun with it, that Garo could finish his enemies in variety of ways, and at least variety of slashing ways. There wasn't really truly one finisher like Rider Kick or so. It was just the thing that was just Makai Flame on sword and Fire Slash like Getsuga Tensho. That was kinda it. It wasn't like very rigid skill. This kinda give more freedom of finishing things off. Like, I like rigid finishers, but this one wasn't really meant to be. But that's more to her of steel thing that started it. The entire fight in this episode is lame, and Garza goes to the gate. I don't really know why he goes that close. I assume that he wanted to destroy it. He can make he can shoot boulders and other stuff from sand. So like, why he didn't just after this tried to create giant border and just to crash it. He like, you could argue that he didn't finish anybody off yet because he wants to destroy Kate before Ryangas, but he walks slowly and he takes his time to do it. And I don't know if it's his character because he doesn't show much. He's just hard enemy that's kinda menacing and kinda hard to beat, but he doesn't. But this episode didn't make him feel like he's hard enemy. To be fair, he kinda feels lame because like the two fights that he had with Ryuga, he fought with him when Ryuga was much more weakened, and yeah, it's not at all. Jinga did the same, but Jinga felt more natural as threat. Like, Jinga was few times beaten, and he kind of felt still menacing because after he was beaten, he got power up in story. And Garza's is the same time. He doesn't get beaten, and like, it wouldn't be that bad if like Makai Priest fight, there wasn't the Makai Priest fight, there wasn't like this knocking Ryuga out for a moment. It was like, because I feel like feels like stuff that was thrown there, and it at the same time feels rushed and feels like it's too. It's like it feels at the same rushed and paced and paced super slowly. I don't get it. It just like I get it. I get that they needed to have this moment where Ryan would beat Garzas with Ryuga. I'm okay with that, but and I get that Ryuga was fighting a lot, it could be tired. And I get that they would need to include Revenant armor in the fight because. But I think that should be one fight. I think like Ryuga he shouldn't be stopped, shouldn't be knocked out. He should struggle, of course. I think Garzas should wound him, and then before finishing him off, Revenant armor jumps out and fight continues with wounded Ryuga, but Revenant armor helps him. I think you could even add the Makai priest helping him, but I don't. I feel like Elamina and Rector didn't need to be in the fight as much. I think Elamina had her great moment, and now, and Rector also had his moment. He was clearly exhausted. He shouldn't fight as well. Like, it would give moment for Ayura to kinda do help somewhat, because and those two other Makai priestesses, because they don't do much the series, to be fair. They mostly are pretty much girls to be rescued. It's odd because usually the GARO series doesn't have problem with direction of fights, but this fight and final fights in Hero of the Steel. Oh my god, this is horrible. It's horrible. This horrible pacing of the fights. Like, they should make it one big fight with change and stuff, because it feels like padding. It doesn't feel like there is progression in fight or change or dynamics. Just Garzas knocks out this character, Garzas knocks out that character. Garzas has final fight with Ryan and Ryuga where they start doing damage to him, because Ryan has those powers of Sentinel of Days that weren't really super well stated, because I don't know why the season has 8 episodes. Like 12 episodes would flesh out some more stuff, like flesh out Garzas as character, because even though motivation Garzas was okay explained, I think it's fine and well and everything. He doesn't need more. I feel like his character, there is fucking lame. He just want to be. He feels like skill check. That's how he feels like. He feels like skill check. He feels like you have those legendary characters from the Dark Souls 1 intro, and now you have 4 kings that aren't that well stated and stated in the intro. They just are kings that got Gwyn's soul, because Gwyn needed somebody to take care of his great soul when he was burning in Great Flame. And here is the say, is like Garza feels just like skill check. He doesn't feel like character like any, and like not any. There are horrors that don't have much character, but pretty much most of horrors in original series have more character, while being pure evil and wanting to consume humans, because at least they make them more scary. Garzas is as scary as skill check boss in Dark Souls when you think about having your long run away, because Garza doesn't finish anybody off. Everybody has another chance fighting this guy. But when Rian finally shows up, they have tag team, very short one also. I seen it being hyped up on Twitter, but this tag team is extremely short, and like Rian uses her new powers, and Ryuga again uses special finisher, and just again dodges it. But this time there is Rian with her newfound powers, so they do new finisher that, to be fair, that was cool. That was kinda cool. Using this shitty finisher that I hated in this way, like I think this show very well makes Hero of the Steel much better than it is. Like, without this hero here to the Steel I would probably rage quit GARO if this wasn't something included in the package. But yeah, and David Garza's I liked that in the finisher was Makai Flame. It's always cool. And yeah, we have ending that is good part of the soul. So let's start from Eremina. Eremina apologizes to Rian. She feels ashamed of everything, that she was controlled by horror and all. Rian tells her that she needs her because Rian needs still. Because to be fair, Rian kinda got her appointment as Sentinel very quickly, and because there was time pressure and all, and she needs she wants still to learn more to become greater Sentinel, and she asks Remina to protect the land as where she will be gone, and she accepts. Then there is ending with Ayura and Rector. Ayura gives up being Makai priest officially. He gives Rector her brush away, saying that she wants to help these villagers out on her own and all, not as part of Makai order. I would say it would be good to be Makai princess. Horrors, like Rian said, horrors still are lurking in this region because the barrier that was holding horrors from appearing was weakened when Ryuma was dying. But oh well, she isn't only one, and it would be much more bad if Makai Knight would resign, because if it is to be fair, if most of Makai Knights would resign from being Makai Knights, this world would fail, like would die off very quickly. If Makai Priest would resign, all of them, like world would be on path of destruction, much slower. much slower. And yeah, Rector decided to just live his life for people that die, and the thing that I kinda hated, like when Rian returned from the gate to have her tag team fight with Ryuga. For some reason, his hand got fixed. I find it bullshit, and I think it's not wrong to leave characters with scars. I kinda like get the scar motive, the more scarred theme with Rector, and like I think he still could be happy, like redeemed in the way that he truly try living his life, not happily, not only pretending to. That's scares me, but I think his ending is good. I think moment in that is good. Only thing I don't like is that his hand got cured. Like they made it big deal with his sealing darkness away in his hand and this killing him. I just didn't like it. And Ryuga, we finally got information what Ryume-sama told Ryuga, and so Ryume-sama said to Ryuga that Rian will become Sentinel. So Ryuga knew this entire time that she will become one. So he probably didn't tell Rian this because he he was probably thinking that they will they will have their goodbye, and he just he didn't want probably make it harder for Rian, and when they say their goodbyes, he puts a smile and all. Like, also, we see him struggling with leaving Rian in Sound Illusion part of the story. So, yeah, it was, to be fair, it was very hard to watch because I assumed this would be the case. Ryume-sama, if you watch only if you watch only Garo, Goldstorm, and Goldstorm show, you kinda get the view that Ryume-sama, even though she has her companions, she's very lonely. But it's shown even more with Makai Tales, with episode focused on her, that even though that was for her to learn something, that at that moment Ryume-sama is a very lonely character because she is long-lived. She lived for 500 years now. Now Rian will live 500 years, and from what we see, probably with not a partner, probably alone, by studying Makai Priest technique and administrating this zone, keeping him alive and all. And Ryuga is wandering knight. He doesn't really has place that is only for him. He goes around helping people and all. So that was goodbye, and it's kinda sad. I think it's fitting. It's not even that bad ending for them. To be fair, I hope that after Kami no Kiba, for them just to be parents, their kid to be next Garo somewhere in the future to keep legacy in and all. But this is fine because this series kinda doesn't make it like stupid breakup and stuff. It keeps their dynamic, it keeps their love to one another and their partnership, but gives it tragic kinda dynamic to it, because Ryume-sama now has Rian is now Sentinel, and the role of the Sentinel is lonely one, and she won't probably have kids and will dedicate her life for Dragon Teddy and all. And Ryuga has his duty as a knight. They will be together in spirit though. And Ryume-sama told Ryuga why Rian is chosen, now we know. Or rather, why Ryume-sama chose Rian, She chose Rian because of Ryuga. Because Ryuga, with his influence as Garo, the Golden Knight. Garo in Makai language means hope. So, because Ryuga as Knight of Hope, the knight who inspires other knights to win, to fight, and to keep fighting, he changed Rian a lot in her story. Rian started as femme fatale character, lost, that was doing a lot of self-destructing things in life, but with Ryuga that also wasn't fine in the first season. He changed her, and later when Ryuga had his had developed as character, he would inspire her more and more to. So he, because of it, later Rian had the moment where Jinga was possessing her, and she was falling to the darkness, but because of Ryuga, she could fight Jinga, even though Jinga was very powerful horror possessing her. And even in the Sand Illusion, we see the strength of Rian, her care for others, and her will to protect. So this doesn't feel. This makes it. This doesn't make me upset with this story because of this of all of it, because Ryuga isn't sacrificed for growth of Rian. He is the reason she grows, and he is still this inspired, what Garo should be, the inspired knight, but also strong and all. And their relationship isn't sacrificed. They still have the same dynamic. They still call each other partners. They still kinda play with each other. They're like, and all. They still cute together. It's just that fate didn't allow for them to be together, sadly. And it's not like, but they will be united by shared duty to fight for humanity, to fight with horrors. And yeah, before they have their goodbye, Ryuga asks for Rian to take soul of Revenant armor to connect it to Garo armor, to let this fallen Makai Knight, who still wants to fight, to continue his fight as part of Garo. In this kind of way, where this Makai Knight soul kinda got the highest of honors to, in a way, to become Garo in death. He is part of heroic spirits that wielded Garo in the generations, and he is part of Ryuga now. Ryuga holds his sins and his regrets, and he will fight for this nameless Makai Knight, and this is what I think Ryuga would do as character, to bear everything on his back that others couldn't be. He carries duty and wishes of those that died doing their duty for Makai Order. His mother, his teacher, Rian, even Jinga in a way. Jinga as in human Jinga. Not what Jinga becomes. And he takes the sins and the regrets of this Makai Knight, this wandering soul on his back. Sorry for break. I needed to help my mother with something. I will just, and I don't know what I was talking about before, so I will just finish this episode off. It will probably air later than I usually post my videos. So yeah, I remember to like and subscribe if you like the video. Subscribe if you want to see more of them, and remember, when you shine, darkness fades. Bye.